going on, everybody? Welcome back to Reaction Zone. Hope you're having an awesome day. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm checking out another video from Liberal Hive Mind. Go check out his channel, show him some support, show him some love, like and subscribe to him. He's awesome. I watch him every day. Been watching him for years. But this video is about the EBT shutdown and all the chaos that's been happening lately. And yeah, we're going to check it out. Let's not waste any time. Y'all already know. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, kick back with Zach, and let's freaking go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by FiveMind.com. I'm dubbing it the Great...
Which, if you're not looking at the screen, says it shows an MRE, a meals ready to eat, a bag of that. It says replace EBT and SNAP with MREs and watch everyone get jobs. Yeah, probably. Yeah, either that or do what this video is about.
EBT war of 2020.
Oh, which, by the way, the name of the video is... EBT thieves are FAFO'ing in the most hilarious ways. I'll leave a link to the original video in the description below.
Welcome to the EBT wars. And I guess this is what happens when you build a system around entitlement, when you lead with blind compassion instead of basic common frickin' sense. But once the system's tripped up a little bit, or in this case, once EBT runs dry because of a Democrat shutdown, well, you get all out freaking chaos and pandemonium. The entitlement scams are being fully exposed here as EBT is now cut off. What's actually happening is the mask is being ripped off. These massive entitlement programs that are being abused, this bloated government bureaucracy that clearly is nothing but vote buying, and that's created a culture of entitlement that frankly is totally unacceptable. And well, that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing unbelievable entitlement. If the taxpayers don't give me what I want, which is a free lifestyle that I don't have to work for, well then I'm going to rob and steal. We're a couple days in and it's already started, and now we got major retailers starting to ramp up security and theft prevention efforts. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on as the great EBT wars kick into gear here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape.
The great EBT wars. Oh my gosh, yeah. Commercial. Let me mute it. I can actually talk through it because I can't skip these commercials. I hate that about YouTube. They have doubled down, tripled down even, on commercials that are unskippable. You gonna fucking go through it or not? Oh my god. All right, let's go back in.
Well, let's roll the tape.
It's
All right,
time
there it
to
goes.
get back to people.
Basically, what I was going to say was, just for the record, I, like many other people who have an opinion about this particular topic, don't have a problem with people that actually need it. If you're elderly, you know, if you're a veteran, or if you're genuinely disabled, we understand. That's who welfare is made for. People, it's basically meant to be supplemental, not support. It's supposed to help you until you get back on your feet, unless there are extenuating circumstances beyond your control that cannot be helped, like the aforementioned. But the problem is people abusing them and refusing to work and thinking that the American taxpayers should be the one to pay for them and their kids. And it's never supposed to be. That is abuse. That's one of the reasons why food costs are so high and why people who actually need the support can't get it.
All right, folks. So, take a look at the situation.
This is boots on the ground. They are locking things up at the Dollar Tree.
But hang on. Another thing. Just think about that for a second. So people that have... And I actually shared something on my Facebook page recently where it was essentially breaking it down into native-born people of the different demographics of people. And it broke it down racially and culturally and whatnot. Excuse me. And the top three highest percentages of within those communities that get welfare were Afghani, Somalian, and Iraqi. And when they looked at native-born, I think it was around 32%, people that are naturalized citizens, so who born elsewhere and came here and became citizens, and apparently still need a handout, that is 52%. And of illegal non-citizens, 59%. So the biggest percentage throughout demographics are people that are not even citizens that are taking from welfare. And that source, if you want to check that, is CIS.org. It's a website based on immigration and the statistics regarding them and everything about them. I don't know if there's a political bias, but that's the source. And that's a problem. And again, like I just said, that's one of the reasons why food costs are so high and why people that genuinely need welfare and need assistance can't get it. Because you have people that will scam and abuse the system and do things like have kids just so they can never have to work and live off of taxpayers. Because, they don't see anything wrong with other people paying for them to survive. And their kids. Let's keep going.
Someone asked to open the cage, and they said, reach through the holes. So it leaves you wondering what this is for.
I love it.
I know what it's for.
We're outside of Walmart, and here they are. There you go.
Yeah.
So we got police presence outside of Walmart. We've got Dollar Tree.
The boys in blue.
New barriers, as well as increasing loss prevention in-store presence. And so what does that tell you? Well, obviously, these big box stores and retailers, they're not spending money on anti-theft fortifications for no reason. Clearly, theft, which was already rampant, well, it's starting to spiral. And is it any surprise that this is coming right after benefits are drying up under the government shutdown? Well,
and to be honest, I'm surprised that they don't do a complete lock behind the case. Like, you need a store employee, because you can still steal from those holes, technically. I mean, I've actually seen videos of people just walking out, nobody stopping them. So that's not really helping your fraud. I mean, not your fraud. I looked at the video down, the link down below. It made me say the word fraud. It's not helping the theft much, unless you have it behind a case that's locked and you need plexiglass or unbreakable glass or something. That you have to need a store employee to come and open it for you. But yeah, think about that. Like, people that they no longer can abuse welfare, but since they can no longer abuse welfare, they're going to steal it. But I hope they all get arrested. And as far as, there's actually been talk of people trying to wait for people to leave the store and then steal their cart from them. I'll tell you one thing. There may be some people that get away with it because not everybody's a fighter, but some people are going to, you're going to feel the heat. You're going to feel hot lead in your chest. You're going to get shot. So, especially in Florida. I'm from Florida. FAFO, fuck around and find out. Well, it's also Florida around and find out. Because we don't play down here. So yeah, try that shit here and see what happens.
obviously not. And the evidence is pretty much everywhere. It's all over social media. It's not like these entitled people are exactly ashamed of their behavior. They're kind of like the worst criminals ever, instead of doing things on the down.
Oh, and we recently became an open carry state too. Just FYI.
Low, they're basically broadcasting their crimes. Or not basically, they literally are.
I love it when people steal in Ocala. That's my favorite thing in the world.
That was Ocala, Florida. Oh, by the way, he didn't let the video thing. He said, "I love when people steal in Ocala." They actually did leave the cart, and he's like, "Oh no, don't abandon it now." He's like, "You're already out the store." And they tried to walk away and get into another car, but yeah, they were clearly stealing it. But since they were on camera, they were like, "Yeah, let's just leave it."
At that HEB, and then I'm gonna walk out with my groceries. Easy peasy. I got my basket full of stuff, and I'm gonna walk out.
And you're committing a crime on camera. That's all the evidence they need. White people are not paying attention to you, but the cameras are. And actually, since just to make sure that, in case they didn't see your face, you're sharing it to the internet.
One more,
Idiot.
and you got just a little bit of stuff, not a lot of stuff. This is what you do. You just keep it pushing.
Again, it's evidence
I'm out of the store
to arrest you with.
So
Look at these idiots.
They wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off.
So she wants to steal things that aren't even necessities.
So they wanted $9 for this. I said, I don't got $9. Then they wanted $2 for this.
Why don't you have $9? Do you not have a job?
I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. I'm not paying $7 for that. Let me show you the most important thing to me. Short ribs. Take off
A black woman liking short ribs. That's not stereotypical.
the label so that you don't beat.
I mean, the ribs are good, but a bit stereotypical. Actually, a black person stealing is pretty stereotypical, to be honest with you.
How many short ribs is that?
And so the unfortunate reality for Democrats here that's being...
Yeah, if you had to pay for it, you wouldn't do it.
The truth is, when government aid turns into a permanent lifestyle instead of a social safety net, well, you breed dependency and entitled behavior. You know that clip that I showed you guys there, where that woman stole a bunch of meat and steaks and lobster? That really, I think, puts it into clear perspective. And actually, I've got another story here. 2 women arrested, accused of attacking employees and stealing meats from Market Basket. They were caught stealing expensive steaks and lobster.
Oh, yeah.
Say that those women walked out of the store here with lobster and steak.
This was actually the first video I saw of someone actually attempting to steal and being caught. Out of all, when people were talking about doing it, this was the first one that I actually saw.
But they didn't get far. Officers arrested them out here in the parking lot. Cell phone video shows two women berating and attacking
that's assault.
workers Sunday evening as stunned shoppers stare in disbelief. Investigators said the women deliberately slipped higher-priced food like lobster, ribeye steaks, and truffle butter in blue bags while they were checking out. And police say when workers confronted them about not paying for the items,
assault.
The women started attacking them and yelling racial slurs. Police arrested Olivia and Jane Bird in the parking lot.
Go back.
When workers confronted them about not paying for the items, the women started attacking them and yelling racial slurs. Police arrested...
Over here looking like a crackhead Brittany Griner's fucking aunt, and then a Cabbage Patch doll on the right side. If they had Down syndrome.
Olivia and Regine Bird.
Down syndrome, Cabbage Patch
The
Kid.
sisters are now facing charges, including assault and battery.
Yeah, that's an incredible level of entitlement.
Yeah.
It's gone beyond just the necessities, and the entire program is very clearly and obviously being abused to live.
And that's another thing, too. Not only were they abusing the system, and this is the kind of stuff that pisses me off, and mainly because it hits close to home. I was raised on welfare, and I'm not going to go into it, but it hits close to home. But not only did these women abuse the system and basically never consider the idea of being an adult and being responsible for themselves and their kids, potentially, they stole, they were ready to steal, brazenly steal, and then get into physical altercations in front of everyone. Think of how deranged, delusional, and out of touch you have to be to do something like that. Honestly, like, I will talk trash about trashy people all day long because it's not a race thing, and I will say this until I'm blue in the face, until the day I die. It's not a race thing, it is a culture thing. Black people in America are not the same as black people in Haiti. Black people in Haiti are not the same as black people in the UK. Black people in the UK are not the same as black people in Australia. Black people in Australia are not the same as black people in South America, etc. White people are not the same as Italians or Germans or Irish or Scottish. It's incredibly narrow-minded to think so simply like that when it comes to... That's why racism is stupid. However, culture is voluntary. You can change it. So anything that's trashy, ghetto, unbecoming, uncouth, just no kind of decorum whatsoever, yeah, I'll talk shit about you because you can voluntarily change that. And if the fact that you choose not to speaks volumes about your character.
Live lavish, live a certain lifestyle on a taxpayer's dime while not having to work.
That part.
It's kind of hard to take the victim narrative seriously from these Democrats when we see these constant clips of people claiming to be the victims. Oh, we're literally starving. You weigh freaking 300 pounds.
Only in America can you be on welfare and be A, obese, and B, have a fucking iPhone. A new iPhone. I mean... The idea of going hungry, trust me. Yeah, I think it was like, what was it, like 60%? It was either between 40 to 60% of people that are on welfare, on food stamps, are obese. You're not in any danger of starving. Trust me.
What do you mean? Were this observation?
Only in America do we have people that have $1,200 iPhones checking to see if their SNAP benefits hit.
Exactly.
I just said that.
It's not really poverty. It's learned behavior. It's entitlement. And in a way, the Democrats know this. Jasmine Crockett again, the gift for the GOP, gift that keeps on giving. Well, she kind of let the truth slip the other day.
I will agree that there are too many American people that are on SNAP benefits. But that means that you gotta not look necessarily at SNAP. You gotta look at the reasons that they're...
Listen to how she's talking right now. Okay. There are two things that I cannot stomach or tolerate at all, ever, ever, ever. Number one is injustice. People preying on those who are vulnerable. That's one thing. The second thing is fakeness. I cannot stand fakeness and people who try to be something they are not. This is really who Jasmine Crockett is right here. She was raised wealthy. I'm not going to go. You can look at the details yourself if you want. She was raised wealthy and went to good schools and is educated and can articulate her point well enough. This is how she talks. Let's just take it back just a little bit, just so you can hear how she normally speaks.
on SNAP.
She's basically saying
that there are too many American people that are on SNAP benefits. But that means that you gotta not look necessarily at SNAP. You gotta look at the reasons that they're on SNAP.
She's basically
Now look at her listen to her talking in front of a group of black people that she thinks she can manipulate. Oh yeah, we all know that Donald Trump is a piece of shit. We know that. Yeah, She's not ghetto. It's all fake. And like, I'm sorry, but like, in the hood, pretending to be hood is insulting. It's a spit in the face. It's disrespectful. You ain't hood, sweetheart. You from the white people's neighborhood. Stop trying to be something you're not. And she only does it because she knows that her dumb constituents will believe her and follow her. Because they fall for it. That's why she does it.
saying the quiet part out loud. There's all kinds of people who are on these SNAP programs who shouldn't be. But for some reason, that's all acceptable, right? I feel like that's a pretty big problem. Kind of reminds me of when the Democrats were defending crime, when Jamie Raskin said, oh, well, you know, it's just a way of American life. Or when Tren de Aragua members were taking over apartment complexes, an ABC News anchor said, well, it's only a couple of buildings that have been completely commandeered by foreign terrorist, narco-terrorist cartels. There's obvious bloat. And you got Democrats again, defending the abuse and the waste. And I think the whole thing's being exposed for everybody to see. And Democrats are, of course, exposing themselves. Here's a little gem from Ayanna Pressley on MSNBC.
First and foremost, this is the most corrupt administration in history.
Fucking Mr. Potato Head with lipstick on. And I'm just waiting for the Democratic Party to be labeled as a terrorist organization, because I actually Googled this earlier. I was just curious. If a political party encourages and facilitates terrorism, does that make them a terrorist organization? Yes, it does. Not saying that you should believe Google on everything, but yeah, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. You know, and the Democratic Party are not condemning terrorism, they're encouraging it. It's literally what got Charlie Kirk killed. It's literally got why President Trump took a bullet to the face. It's because of inflammatory rhetoric and calling him Hitler and Nazis and all this garbage. It's terrorism. The BLM, remember the fiery but mostly peaceful protests? The billions and billions of damage from the Antifa and BLM riots? That's terrorism, domestic terrorism. And they encouraged it. Kamala Harris even started a GoFundMe to bail out the people that got arrested for rioting. No joke, look that shit up. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the day for them to be labeled as a terrorist organization, because by all accounts and measures, they fucking are.
And then they're cruel enough to create work requirements for...
All right, what did this dumbass say?
From Ayanna Pressley on MSNBC.
First and foremost, this is the most corrupt administration in history. And then they're
saying that after Biden, who used an auto pen to literally pardon his son and all of his cohorts, as well as literally open the border to tens of millions of illegal immigrants to come in, so hopefully they would vote Democrat after getting free stuff, because the black community is waking up to their racist bullshit now and leaving the Democratic Party. As a matter of fact, I mean, many people are leaving the Democratic Party. By the thousands and thousands and thousands. Probably by millions at this point. But yeah, like literally saying something so stupid after that's how you know you're full of shit right off the bat.
cruel enough to create work requirements for hungry people to get SNAP.
Yeah, it's called accountability, bitch.
To require the bare minimum work requirements?
It's called personal responsibility.
Very generous government benefits? I mean, I understand certain situations where people are disabled, they're unable to work, but obviously that doesn't...
We're not talking about them.
Those people collecting these benefits. In a lot of cases, it's people who don't want to work, people who have baby after baby after baby to collect as many entitlements as possible.
That's what we're talking about.
Freaking finger. And obviously that's wrong. If taxpayers are funding your groceries, your rent, your entire lifestyle, you should be moving towards self-sufficiency. You should be going to school. You should be engaging in job training. You should be working.
Correct.
Apparently there's something wrong with that standard according to the left. And it's all...
And you know, and I will say this. Like, I'm a single guy. I've never been married. I don't have any kids. And I understand that everything's expensive. Sometimes I struggle. But I've actually been asked by friends, you know, like, well, if you're struggling, have you thought about, you know, maybe applying for a little bit of food stamps or whatever? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'll go hungry before I'll do that. And it's not because of pride. It's because I know in my heart of hearts that I should be doing better. I should be holding myself to a higher standard. And if I fail, I fail. But I will not take money that is taken by force and coercion from every working American. I will not take money that other people need it more than me. I refuse to do that. I would rather fail on my own account and by my own choices than be dishonorable like that. But other people, I wish more people had, more integrity and a sense of conscience, but apparently not.
Obvious why that is, because that's where they lose their political leverage, because Snap to them is how they pay for voters.
Yep.
It's not compassion, it's control.
Yep.
I think the shutdown now is peeling back the curtain. Mass shoplifting spikes, stores having to beef up security, Democrats admitting the truth and then also arguing against work requirements. It's showing the rot in the system, and I really hope people are paying attention. These programs need to be completely restructured, rethought from the ground up. The abuse is rampant, and the criminal level of entitlement, well, it's enough to make your stomach turn. Here we are in the great EBT wars, and it's time to really have a moment of introspection. Is it time for standards? Basic common sense standards? Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right. Well, yeah, basically, the issue is not with people who actually need it. The problem is people abusing it and have no desire. There are people that it's generational. They'll teach their kids to be on welfare. And I've seen countless videos, and I had to stop watching it because I was like, this is just making me mad. The level of disrespect and abuse and just absolute disregard for empathy and understanding that people are working. And it's even worse when they are taking EBT money and they are selling it. I mean, and sometimes they give you cash, like EBT cash, to pay for certain things that are that food can't buy. It's supposed to go to things like diapers and formula or whatever the case is. It's supposed to be for things that are necessities. But you have people out there that are going and they're driving brand new cars and getting their nails done and their hair done and stuff. There's even been cases. There was one where a video I watched recently, and it was a woman who worked in the school system, who also happened to be black, so she was ripping on all these other black women who want to say what about my kids? What about my kids? It's like, you didn't care about your kids when you were spending the money that they were supposed to be eating with on yourself, did you? You didn't care about your kids then. You didn't care about your kids when you just laid up with every Tom, Dick, and Harry in your bed, not thinking about the future and who's going to take care of your kids. You didn't care about them then, did you? She's just going in. And I'm like, 100%. Preach, mama. Because and that's the thing, is it's not a race thing. It is a culture thing. And there is a culture of no accountability. And that comes in all facets, or all fashions. Because social media has gotten people I was saying this to someone at my job the other day, but it was unrelated to a different topic. I said, people have gotten so comfortable with hiding behind a screen and not being, yes, in time, people will hold them accountable online. They'll comment, or they'll, even to the worst case, dox them and expose them and stuff like that. So there are consequences sometimes. But there is no immediate consequence because they're hiding behind something. They're using the internet as the form of anonymity, as a mask. And people have gotten too comfortable with doing that. And sometimes they don't get held accountable. And that's created this sense of sociopathy, or even psychopathy and psychopaths. I mean, you have people out there that were cheering when Charlie Kirk got shot. It's like, you should never support political violence. Especially when dude was just wanting to have conversations with people. He invited people who disagreed with him to the front of the line. He wanted to have cordial conversations and polite public discourse. But no. It's so ironic. They want to call us fascists and Nazis and everything, but they're the ones attacking their opponents just because they disagree with them. Or whenever they prove them wrong, they got to run away or they got to start insulting them. I mean, it's pretty... When you look at the entirety, when you look at all the facts that are available on anything political, it is blatantly, clearly, unequivocally obvious who the bad side is, who the bad guys are. I'll just put it this... I'll end it this way. There's a reason why we're called the right. Because we're on the right side of history, and we're morally right on most things. At least recently, in recent memory. There's a reason why we're called the right. But on that note, thank y'all for checking out my video. I appreciate you. Hope y'all have an awesome day. So like and subscribe. And again, I'm going to put the original video in the comments below. Go check out Liberal Hive Mind and go subscribe to him and check out his channel. Show him some love. I appreciate y'all. Have an awesome night. Peace.